something heartwarming for you this morning. When Charlotte Plackner was born, she was the size of a mango. At just 25 weeks, she spent the first 3 months of her life in the neonatal critical care unit in Brisbane's Mater Mothers Hospital.
Now, at 5 months old, she's not only surviving, we're happy to say she's thriving. And for more on her story, we're joined by her mother, Julia and Chris. And look at Charlotte there, looking fantastic. Live from Red Hill. Oh, what a beautiful dress too. In Brisbane, as well as Mater Director of Neonatology, Dr. Peter Birch. Julia, let me go to you first. Good morning to you and good morning to this beautiful family. When did you first learn that you were going to deliver so early, and how were you feeling at that news?
So I started feeling a bit sick over the weekend and then was in pain. So I went to the hospital on Tuesday afternoon, and the lovely midwives there told me, I think those cramps are contractions and we're going to need to get a doctor to come check you out. And, yeah, they said I was almost 4 centimetres dilated, and originally the was to keep her in as long as possible, but then it very quickly became clear that she was better out than in.
Wow, and that's such difficult news to hear so early in your pregnancy, though. I mean, you know that baby Charlotte's going to be in the best possible hands, but how did that hit you as a couple, knowing that this was happening now, it wasn't going to be your straightforward path with a newborn? That was a lot to navigate, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was. I think it all happened really quickly, and I was in shock. I'm tearing up just kind of going back there.
Is this the first time you got to hold Charlotte to your chest?
Yes. That was, I think, 2 or 3 days after she was born. And, yeah, it was very, very special. Chris got the first cuddle. And then, yeah, she really did feel like a little mango there. But,
don't worry, Chris won't hold that over you for the rest of your marriage, will you, Chris? Or remind her as well.
I think it'll be the other way around.
Chris, let me just quickly bring you in here, because you were told by the doctors, you know, that Charlotte had like a 60 or 70% chance of survival. You know, when you two are hearing that news, how difficult is that to sort of manage and try and keep your hopes up to will Charlotte's health to be better?
Yeah, it's very scary. No parents want to hear that, but she is very loving and supportive, and we knew that she was going to be okay. She was in good hands. The doctors were lovely, and the midwives and the neonatal nurses.
Yeah.
Well, Doctor...
She was in the best place she could be.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. The Mater Mothers does amazing work looking after premature babies. And the way we take care of premature babies, Doctor, has come such a long way, hasn't it? When a baby comes to you at 25 weeks, what do you do to keep them safe and to keep them thriving down the path?
Yeah, look, things have come a long way. It's fantastic to see Charlotte and Chris and Julia again. The care that we provide is a team. It's a team sport. There's a massive amount of people that go into providing care for these babies. It's not just one thing. There's a lot that we have to focus on in the first few hours, but the journey is a long one. You mentioned 3 months, and there are a lot of these babies that spend 100 days in our nursery being cared for by our wonderful team, of which I'm a very small part. So there's new equipment, there's new methods of care, there's new evidence, there's research. There's a whole swag of things that goes into providing care for very small babies like Charlotte.
And you do it with such care for the families too, and their mental health, and trying to get them through that process too. It's so essential. Julia, you know, I know you guys want to thank the hospital too, but we kind of want to know how Charlotte's thriving at home and how she's going with her milestones and everything now.
Yeah, she's doing amazingly. She continues to just put on lots of weight. Yeah, it's nap time. She continues to put on lots of weight. She's over 5 kilos now, and she basically is hitting the sort of textbook milestones for her corrected age about a couple of days before they're due to be hit. So, yeah, she's smashing it. She's doing so well, and it's, you know, as much as we loved the care that we received in the hospital, God, it's nice to be home.
I bet. I bet it is. Well, she's absolutely gorgeous and obviously a little fighter as well. So thank you all so much for joining us today. It's great to chat to you.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?